Hey you guys, welcome to your weekend edition Love and General reading. This is for the element of Earth. So if you're Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, these messages are for you for the weekend of March 29th through the 31st, 2024. Thank you guys for all your love and support. Please keep in mind these are general, so they may or may not resonate. But hopefully you get some clarity. Also, if you're wanting to book a personal or private reading, then check the description box below for ways to reach me. All right, so you have the overall energy, the Devil. You have the King of Swords. You have the Eight of Cups. You've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Ace of Swords. Okay. So some of you might have been feeling lonely, or either you felt like giving up on somebody or somebody gave up on you. And then I'm getting the energy of manipulation as well. I feel like somebody has been either trying to manipulate you or vice versa. And it seems too like maybe you've been having a hard time cutting some sort of strings or cutting ties with someone, especially either another earth sign or air sign. There seems to be some sort of an addiction. Also could be some sort of codependency, like maybe you feel like you need something to help you function or think. And so when you don't have it, I don't know, it just seems like you're having a hard time adjusting. It seems like maybe something is imbalanced in your life, or there is something that is excessive going on. There could be a little bit of depression going on, and maybe trying to escape from whatever's going on, or indulging in things because something else is missing. So yeah, basically trying to overcompensate for something, or something's going on. You might want to just kind of check yourself and make sure that you have a healthy mindset. It could be something else going on with your physical health as well. Yeah, something could be happening, going on within you that is just excessive, or some sort of an imbalance. Mm. And there may be some sort of secrets going on as well. You might feel burdened by secrets. I feel like you're dealing with some form of temptation. I feel like you're trying to calm yourself. Or maybe you're trying to heal yourself. But there is something going on in your subconscious or in the back of your mind. It could be that you have a dream over the weekend that kind of triggers something and makes you crave or want something. And it could be a person, it could be a bad habit, but it's something that you're wanting. Feel like you're a little confused about some things. In a love situation, I feel like a situation is just in general confusing. Somebody doesn't seem to know what they want. I feel like somebody could be manipulative. Maybe someone is stringing you along, or sending mixed signals, just doing anything that they can to prevent you from going away. It also could be you pulling some sort of strings, trying to keep something up if you feel like someone is slipping away. And it does seem like something is slipping away, like you feel like you're losing something. You want to keep hold of it. You don't want to let something go. Now, this could be something as mundane as like holding on to some balloons and then like losing them. Maybe you were bought some balloons for someone's birthday, or your child has some balloons and they slip through their fingers and they feel like they're losing it. It could be something simple like that, but I feel like there is this feeling of something slipping away, like maybe a part of your essence. There also could be something that you don't want to let go of because that's all you know. And if you let this go, then who are you? So it's kind of like maybe a little bit of a struggle with identity. I feel like you're going to be able to let go of whatever is holding you back or whatever you seem to be addicted to or can't release. I feel like you're going to be able to do it. Something has been a burden for you, and I just feel like you need to let it out. Definitely seems like maybe someone's been leaving breadcrumbs, and the whole situation has been just kind of messy and confusing. Health-wise, you might be working somewhere where it's unhealthy. It's an unhealthy environment. Maybe you're surrounded by just kind of like, let's say you have been clean and the only job that you found was a bartending job, and it's just like, I know how to bartend, but I want to drink it too, but I can't. Maybe you have also put yourself in some sort of weird situation where like you shouldn't be around this type of environment. Yeah, because it's just like it's too much temptation. But like I said, I feel that you will be able to release something and you're going to have clarity. You're going to feel lighter. Maybe you've been suffering from some sort of mental or brain fog. I feel like that's going to be released. If it is something health wise, like you have to go have something removed, I can see that. Um, I feel like something's going on in regards to thoughts. Like maybe someone is trying to call out to you. And I can see that someone could potentially abuse some sort of power or gift that they have as well. Could be you, could be the other person, but it kind of feels like somebody could potentially be abusing some sort of power that they have. Mm, hmm. Hmm. Yeah, there could be some sort of obsession going on. It could be some sort of overindulgence going on. I'm kind of feeling like maybe somebody is assaulting your thoughts and you are just having a hard time getting rid of these thoughts, and then you even find yourself maybe pleasuring yourself thinking of this person, even if you don't mean to. That it does seem like a little bit of shame attached. It also could be reversed. It could be that someone is doing something to themselves while thinking about you. Whatever it is, if you are the one that's holding on to something, I feel like you got to let this go. You need to get something out of your system. You need to release something into the universe. Let's say you're holding on to some old messages or old pictures or an item. Maybe you need to let it go because I feel like the energy is affecting you too much. It's consuming you. Maybe you need to say something out loud instead of holding it back. You might find yourself venting to your friend about something that's really been driving you crazy. I feel that somebody might be trying to offer an apology, but it's coming off really confusing. It's kind of like, was that an apology or are they trying to apologize? Like something is very confusing in regards to why, what someone is doing. Maybe someone is just like being extra nice and they're like, why are they being so nice? Maybe they feel bad or maybe they're trying to apologize for something. You also, especially if you are like Capricorn with Venus and Scorpio, something could be going on where someone's nice to you and you're like, oh my God, I'm in love with them now. I can't stop thinking about them. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, but there's a character whose his line is something like that, where he's just like, why do I fall in love with every girl that smiles at me or is just nice to me? Something like that. But you could be that way. You might have like some type of trait or characteristic like that where you become obsessed the minute someone does something nice or gives you a compliment. Then you become obsessed. You keep thinking about what they said. Do they like me? Will I see them? You know, just something's going on like that. In regards to a career or financial opportunity, something could be offered to you that you feel is uncomfortable, but you might still consider doing it. Yeah. It's something that could be considered to be taboo or forbidden. Even if it's just something like OnlyFans, is, still something that is like, ooh, that's what you do. So I kind of feel like there could be some sort of opportunity, financial opportunity for you. Maybe it's being offered to you and you are considering it. If you're conservative, like this might be difficult for you to decide. It also seems like you might be in a situation where you don't know if you should stay or go. Yeah. and maybe you're trying to figure out your options. I feel like you have a lot of questions. There's something going on where you are really trying to figure it out. I feel that emotionally, you're confused, or your emotions are clouding your judgment. I feel like you're not thinking clearly, but you will. Like I said, I feel like things get clearer, and things get lighter for you before the weekend is out. But this also might be about some dream that you have, and you're like trying to piece it together. You're like, what did that dream mean? And I do feel that it's gonna make sense to you. You're like, oh, I know exactly what that dream meant. You might be wondering if someone is your soulmate because you keep dreaming about them. I also see that there is some sort of unresolved situation going on between you and a possible air sign. It needs to be addressed, or at least maybe you need to acknowledge it. Maybe if you acknowledge something to yourself, at least, you can have some sort of clarity. Now, it seems too that maybe you've been trying to find happiness or peace, and you feel like you haven't found it. You're trying to figure out like why. I feel like you're thinking about people that it didn't work out with, and that also may have something to do with where the loss of hope is coming from. You're like, maybe I should just let it go, or maybe something's not meant for me, because you've been disappointed from several people in your life. Maybe a water sign disappointed you, another earth sign, and you feel like people try to use you or manipulate you in some way. Somebody does feel used. They feel as if people only want them for sex, including a guy, especially a guy. I don't know. It's like normally you would think that, a guy wouldn't have a problem with it, but I do feel like there is a guy out there who is feeling some type of way because, it's like he's starting to wonder, is that all that he is? Or is that all he has to offer? And maybe wondering why he's unable to connect with anyone on an emotional level. Something also could be stemming from some sort of childhood trauma with a mother, or a mother figure. I would even go as far as to say, unfortunately, maybe a boy has been molested by a female. I know a lot of people are like, that's not molestation if it's a woman. It's very much so molestation. And I kind of feel like, that may have affected him in some way, or maybe he didn't recognize it initially, but now he does. Even if someone who does like porn or dancing for a living, I feel like somebody is starting to lose the enjoyment. If this is not happening in nobody's life, then somebody is watching a hell of a movie or series. So again, it is indicating that, you know, you are battling something within. There's some sort of fight going on within you. But I feel that it has something to do with your ego and who you identify as, and being in denial of something. I kind of feel like you might have like a rebirth. You're having some sort of an awakening and releasing a side of yourself that you're not anymore. You're not this person anymore. Some of you seem to feel really hurt or disconnected in regards to an air sign. I don't know if this person has ignored you or if you feel like this person doesn't value you. It's something really could be coming from both ends, because it looks as if people are suffering in silence because of their ego. People have too much pride to admit how they feel for the other person. If this is not a love situation, I feel like somebody is suffering financially but does not want to ask for help or doesn't know how to. Something's going on with communication too, where I feel like it's been blocked. I feel like a decision is going to be made. You are making a clear-cut decision after you've thought about it, you've looked at all sides, you've weighed the pros and the cons, and I feel like you're going to make an important decision. I kind of feel like somebody's also been hiding. I feel like somebody's been dealing with some kind of self-esteem issues, or lack of confidence. I don't know if someone felt like they gained too much weight, or if they felt like they needed their teeth fixed. But I feel like somebody was dealing with some sort of self-esteem issues and just needs to have confidence. So, I mean, ultimately, I do feel that somebody's going to be speaking their truth. I also feel that somebody needs to sign some sort of legal document. It may have something to do with child custody, but it could be anything. All right, let's pull some energy cards. All right, additional messages for Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising for this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, we have attachment, adjacent possibilities, journey, overall energy, storm warning. So it does seem as if maybe you've been suffering from some sort of an addiction, codependency, and it's like you're having to remove yourself from a situation and really look at it and examine it so you can understand it. I feel like you're like looking in a mirror basically, or you might be having some sort of self-realization. There is something that happens that maybe is kind of like a wake-up call, or maybe there is some sort of destruction happening. Now, it could be literal. It could just be some sort of literal storm going on, or some sort of flood, or in a home, or something just disruptive going on. Whatever this disturbance is makes you have to take a step back and examine your life. I feel that you're going to realize that, you know, there are many ways to accomplish a goal. You know, you don't have to just be stuck on one particular way. Maybe you really wanted something to go in a linear way and it's not meant to play out that way. So, I don't know. I just kind of feel that there are options available to you if you feel stuck or trapped in your situation. I feel like you don't have to be. But you also might be overwhelmed by too many possibilities. But at least it does look as if you, like I said, make that decision. You're like, I'm going to do this. I'm going in this direction, and I'm going to go ahead and let go. So I feel like you are going to be able to have clarity after, you know, going through some sort of chaotic moments. You also might need to figure out a way to adjust yourself. I don't know why I'm feeling something in regards to like a civilian, like when somebody comes back from the military and they're like trying to adjust to life outside the military. So just like as a veteran, just trying to find your place in the world, is like you're being forced. You're like, oh, like, so I don't have to serve anymore. Like, what do I do now? Same thing for if somebody is like getting released from prison. It's like, man, I've been in jail for like 15 years. This is weird. What do I do? You know, so I feel like somebody is just on a new journey, and it might be scary and confusing at first. Yeah. But there is a path being illuminated for you if you pay attention. There is a clear path for you. You're going to know what to do. All right, so hopefully these messages help. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending you love and grace.